What's going on, guys? Welcome back to 100% Chelsea and welcome back to another player ratings. And I'm here with Scott. We are outside Fulham Broadway Station. It's 11:30 and we're still filming and it's freezing. So let's go straight into the player ratings. The starting goal, Kepa. What do you think of him today?
I thought he was decent. I thought he did the job he needed to. I think I'd probably give him about 6.5. He did the job he needed to.
I thought he had a really good game.
I thought he had a good game, but I didn't think he made a couple of good saves, but they were saves apart from the one from Mane. I think you probably should make. So that's why I'm saying a 6.5. I thought, I just think he just kind of did the job he needed to.
6, all right, fair. Let's go to Azpilicueta at right back. Now, I didn't think it was a bad performance from him today, but I've heard mainly on Twitter, mainly on social media, a lot of people saying that it was an average performance from him today. He's limited at right back. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I'm inclined to agree a bit, but at the same time, again, I thought he was solid. There's a problem in pace, but we've known that. We've always known that, and
I'm thinking maybe the game on Wednesday might have caught up to him a little bit.
Yeah.
You are fucking.
I'm so cold. No idea, but I think it's the same. It was just a solid performance. I'd say probably 6.5 again. Mostly the theme of this.
All right, let's go. As I think the next player isn't going to get one is David Luiz. I thought he had a very good performance today. The way he attacked Liverpool's crosses, the last-ditch clearance you saw in the second half, he was brilliant today.
I genuinely forgot about that. I think you've hit the nail on the head. He was, apart from a couple of distribution problems, but I mean, he had that one ball to Willian, which was amazing.
Yeah, he did have those short mental lapses, but for the most part, it was.
Good. Defensively, not in a clearing a ball or not just in a defensively base thing. He was quality, so I'm gonna say 7.5.
All right, let's go to Rudiger now. Now, first thing you think of when you think of Rudiger's performance, you're going to think of that last-ditch tackle from Salah in the first half.
Yep.
I thought a lot of people were saying he was rash today. I thought David Luiz was the better defender today, in my opinion. But Rudiger wasn't bad today. Rudiger had a great performance as well.
I agree, and to be fair, I've mentioned this in the fan cam I did earlier. I think he was man of the match for me.
Man of the match?
Yeah, I think he was man of the match. Yeah. So I'd say he was 8.5 for me. I think he was man of the match for me. He probably didn't make as I don't know. He maybe didn't do as much in terms of David Luiz did, but that's because I think as David Luiz had as I said the Willian ball, a couple of others. But I thought just defensively speaking, he was solid. He was so good, and he just looks calm on the ball. He just looks calm when defending. Honestly, people talk about Van Dijk being best player in the Premier League. Van Dijk wasn't even best player on the pitch, best defender on the pitch.
Fair. All right, let's go to the left back, Marcos Alonso. Now, felt like he covered back his defensive spaces pretty well with Salah. I'm going to say he stood toe-to-toe with him. Salah did have his chances, but that's just his quality.
Yeah, I'm going to say, I agree with you. I think I'm going to give him a 7 just because I feel like he did the same as Azpilicueta, just offered a little bit more going forward. Yeah. And he had that bit more pace to get back and stop Salah. Salah had his chances, obviously, as you say, but that's just because it's Salah and he has that ability. But I think Alonso this game showed that he can track back, he can do the defensive side of things. Yeah. So, yeah.
All right, let's go into midfield. Let's start with Jorginho, the conductor, the guy who controls the tempo of the game. How do you think he was?
I think he was good. To be fair, there was a couple of moments where he was getting closed down, but I think that's just because Liverpool's mentality is to press everyone at high tempo. But I thought he did well. He was getting the ball. He was playing it simple passes, a couple of long passes here and there. But he did good. He was, as you said, the conductor. He was controlling it. So I think he was. I think 7.
7. I can literally hear how cold you are. You know.
It's one step below teeth chattering at this point.
Teeth chattering. Oh my god! Right, let's go to Kante. Kante, I thought he played well today. I thought he was very good. A lot of people have been questioning how quickly it's taken him to adapt to Sarri's style of play, but I felt like today he was getting himself back into those positions a lot quicker. Obviously, he's playing a more attacking position, so it's going to be he needs more time to get back into those positions. But I feel like he was doing it well today.
Yeah, I feel like I agree with you. I think he was. There's a couple of times when he gets caught on the ball, but again, that's just Liverpool. And to be fair, it's nothing on Kante. This is our midfield. I think he was the worst of the three, and yet he still had a solid game.
Probably says how good they were today.
That's what I'm saying.
Made it hard for us, and it's how good they are going in terms of pressing. But we stood up to them today. Let's go into Kovacic now. And Kovacic, I thought he was brilliant.
I love Kovacic, man. In the World Cup, he was decent. He played well. We didn't really see much of him at Real Madrid because he never really got that much of a chance. Yeah. The World Cup, he played well. But now for Chelsea, it's just he's my most consistent player for me. He was, I'd say 7.5 as well. Like it's the way he is on the ball. It's like
Literally the way he drives the ball forward.
I saw it more in the midweek game than I did today. But it's like in the midweek game. It's like you got Milner, who, based on last season, I'd say is probably arguably the best all-round centre mid in the league, probably.
Yeah.
Apart from after Kante.
Best all round. Milner.
I'm saying everything. So like De Bruyne is the best creative, like I think, but defensively not so much. But I think Milner's all round got everything.
Okay, you saved.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All round got everything. But Kovacic, like in the midweek game, was just driving past him, taking it past him, making it look like Milner had like only just turned up yesterday or something. So it's like, and it was similar sort of thing today. It was times when like he'd go out to the wide left with Hazard and Alonso, and he'd just hold the ball up and he'd just look for the little pockets to play it into. And it was just, it's the similar thing with Rudiger. It's just so calm on the ball. It's just like, it's no panicking, there's no rushing, there's no silly like, I've got to play it a long ball. It's just calm. It's just who can I play it at the right pass at the right time.
Rating?
I said 7.5.
7.5. Yeah. All right. Let's go to the front three. Let's start with Eden Hazard, goal scorer. He got the first goal for us. His confidence is at an all-time high right now. How good do you think he was today?
I think he was amazing. I think, and Liverpool fans come at me. He's miles above Salah. Salah's nowhere near him. As I said, Liverpool fans come at me. I don't fuck. Like, Klopp said something in I think last week or week before, something about Salah. We can't expect him to do the same as last season. Bollocks. That's what the best players do. They perform season to season, either improving or staying consistent. And everyone likes to talk about Hazard consistency and whatnot, but this is 2 games in a row where this is supposedly the best defence in the league, or one of the best defence in the league, and he's managed to beat them. He's beaten the second most expensive goalkeeper in the world. It's Hazard.
Rating?
8.
All right, let's go to Willian. Now, Willian's, I think, is the only player that's played all 4 of the games over the last 2 weeks. How do you think his performance was?
I think, in comparison to everyone else, it wasn't much, but that's because he obviously had his chances. He had the one with the ball over from David Luiz. He had one. What was the other one? He had another one. I can't remember. I should remember. We watched match of the day.
No, I remember. He did. The ball was found to him in a couple of. The ball's found to him in a good couple positions. I felt like his first touch let him down, but I think he started all 4 of the games over the last 2 weeks, so he's got to be knackered by now. So I can kind of understand it.
To be fair though, I'm not going to say we've got no options, because obviously we do, but Sarri maybe feels we don't have the options ready to play in a game like this.
Yeah, I don't know if he wanted to trust Hudson-Odoi to play this one.
I'd agree with him. It'd be a bit different if it was like the game in midweek. Like, that makes sense to play, but like against Liverpool at home, his first league game, like you can't throw something like that.
I'd say, well, I'll backtrack a bit and say you can, but it depends on if you want to take that risk, because you're putting a lot of faith in someone. I believe if you give him the chance, he can take it, but that's all about training and stuff. That's another video. Yeah. What were you rating for William?
I'd say probably a 6.5, because he had the chances, which he probably could have done better, but apart from that, I didn't see too much from him. But I think that's just because we're more focused on the likes of Hazard, Rudiger, David Luiz and that.
Yeah. All right, let's go to Giroud now. A lot of people are saying that this wasn't Giroud's best game. Like, you didn't see a lot of him today. What about you? What do you think?
I kind of agree. I feel like at least there were a couple of times when he would be he'd do well. He'd be up there, he'd be pressing, he'd be marshalling, or trying to at least, Gomez and Van Dijk. But yeah, he didn't have the easiest of times. So I'd say probably a 6. Like, he of all the players that started, he probably had the worst game. But that's just it's trying to play against Van Dijk and Gomez, to be fair. Gomez somehow has become brilliant. I don't know where it's come from. And then Van Dijk's Van Dijk. So, but yeah, it's just a tough game for him.
All right, let's roll through the substitutes very quickly. Ross Barkley now, I didn't think he came on and had a good game. He got dispossessed so many times. His passing wasn't great. I think he was at fault for Surridge's goal too.
So I think he lost possession of the ball. It's an odd one, to be fair, because he played well recently as well. Like in midweek, he played well, and it's just normally he's similar to Kovacic in terms of he can just take it past people. Like, but I feel like he tried to do that too much a bit. Like when there was times when we could play it out, calm it down a bit, he tried to just run with it and lost the ball too often.
Yeah.
So I'd say that's probably why he's worst player on the pitch for me. He was 5.
5. All right, let's go to Alvaro Morata now. Came on, didn't really do much.
See, this is why I'm smiling. I kind of disagree.
Quickly, I'm going to stop you. Speaking of Alvaro Morata, make sure you check out the discussion video, which will also be live tomorrow, about Alvaro Morata. Keep, sell, or loan. Loan, because someone put it in the conversation. I'd sell him.
Madman. Anyway, he didn't do much in terms of like getting a. Well, he had one chance, took it off David Luiz's head from a corner or free kick.
I think it
One
was
of the two.
offside.
Was it?
I think so.
Oh, fair.
If it was a really bad header, it was offside.
It might have been.
Like, he got a really off connection on it.
Yeah, but I don't think he did too bad in terms of everything else. It's like the one thing from the midweek game was, and anyone that watched that game or was there can tell you that it was just attitude. It's work rate. It's you want to see more than anything. You want to see your players putting in effort, and he didn't do that midweek. And he had about 30 minutes, 25 minutes to do that.
You know what stood out for me today when it came to Morata? He came on, and the first thing happened, he got into 1-50-50 with, I think, either Van Dijk or Gomez, and he was clutching his face for the next minute. And it was just off one off elbow. No, not in terms of injured. It's like, it was all one little 50-50. It didn't look like anything that bad. They both jogged off, but he was holding onto his face like a minute.
When I say I was worried, I mean I was worried in terms of, this is how it's now going to be. But then, like, that was different for me from how it was. Like I'm amazed to say this, but he bodied Van Dijk at one point. Morata, I don't understand that. And it's like...
Shows what he has.
It does, like, and it's weird because this is a guy that can go from looking like he can't be bothered to play to being, like, able to press and close down the best defender in the Premier League, or one of the best defenders in the Premier League.
Ring?
I'd say 6.
6. All right, now who's the last sub? Victor Moses. What do you think of him?
I think a 5.5. I know why he was brought on, but in hindsight, I don't think it was a good substitution to make, similar to Barkley. He was brought on because he's more defensive than Willian. He can get up and back. He's a bit more athletic, I think. But it was too many times. Like, the first thing he did, he had a really good opportunity. He gets the ball, or one of the first things, and he's running at the two. I think it was Robertson and Van Dijk, or Robertson and Gomez, and he has a chance to either, like, take it down the byline and whip a ball in, or kind of hold it up. And he tried to run through the middle of them, but just got caught in traffic. And it's stuff like that. He needs to distribute a bit more. Needs to think about it a bit more.
Ring?
5.5.
5.5. Well, guys, this is your player ratings for Chelsea 1, Liverpool 1. Don't forget to like and subscribe to 100% Chelsea. Don't forget to follow socials. Let's do that one more time. Right. Like and subscribe to 100% Chelsea. All social media links will be down in the description below. Don't forget to follow Scott's personals.
Snapchat, ScottyP120, and Instagram, ScottyP125.
Right, don't forget to like and subscribe to my personal channel, Carefree Lewis G, as well. And we'll see you guys on Thursday for Europa League football. Can't wait. Oh, yeah. And Louis Beneventi, too.